And we're live. Great. Well, welcome everyone that's out there, and hopefully there are a few people out there. Maybe a few people show up as we go along. We'll be playing here for a while on this nice full moon night. We're here in support of the Landis Arboretum. They have a full moon music series, which is normally held out at their grounds, which I'm sure is quite beautiful. It's always great to be out in nature. But tonight, and for for most of this year, the whole series has been done online. Of course, we're doing this live stream from my kitchen. And I just wanted to get a little bit of an announcement here that, let me see, they had me read this here. So, this project is made possible with funds from the Decentralization Project, a REAP grant program of the New York State Council on the Arts, with the support of Governor Andrew M. Cuomo and the New York State Legislature, administered in Schoharie County by Greene County Council on the Arts, DBA Create. I'll be reading that announcement one more time before we can finish up here. So my name is Mark, this is Jill.
Hi.
Together we're called Mark and Jill. And we're going to do a few different things for you here musically. So we do a few different variations on American music, whether it's blues or folk or country or ragtime jazz, a little bit of this and that. We're going to feature a lot of blues here tonight and some country stuff and some original tunes. I want to start with a blues tune. This is actually a tune I've done for many, many years, and since we are broadcasting live from my kitchen here, I want to try this song here. It's called Come On in My Kitchen. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. The woman I love took from my best friend. Son took her lucky, took her back again. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. Well, boy, she's gone. She won't come back. My baby's walked down that one-way track. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. Well, a woman gets in trouble, everybody throws her down, looking for her good friend, not can be found. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. so you can't make that winter. Better try long slow. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. Well, I went to the mountain, looked as far as I could see, and I knelt down to pray. Lots of blues took me. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. You better come on in my kitchen. It's going to be raining outdoors. It's such a funny time that we're living in here with these online programs. We've done a few of these, and I like doing them, and it's always nice. We hear back some nice feedback from people and so on. But it's just funny at the end of the song, it's just you and me in the kitchen.
It's all right.
Do you have it tuned in so we can see who's watching?
No. Do you want to?
Eventually. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, let's play the song first. But when I go into a long rambling intro,
I think I see Lisa.
I think I saw Lisa too. I just saw Lisa. Anyways. Well, what should we do next? Let's try an original tune. So this original tune, it's a blues, kind of a format, something that I wrote, and you know, the thing about any kind of traditional style, whether it's folk or blues or whatever it might be, you know, you can write your own material and still just use a lot of old pieces of old stuff. So some of the lines and some of the chords and progression and so on, you know, they've been used before, but we still made it up. This is our own song. And this is a song that we wrote before we went down to an international blues competition in Memphis. Did you get the CD?
Sure.
And so anyways, it's just a little story song about our day-to-day life, and it also, you know, sort of chronicles a little bit about this experience going to Memphis. And it was recorded. I just wanted to point out that we do have a CD, Jill and I did. This is a live at Cafe Lena's show that was, this was a show from just before we went to Memphis. And this is available, I think it's available on all the, you know, Amazon, iTunes, and so on. It's also available at rootblues.com if you want to check it out and get a copy of that. Anyways, a little story song kind of. You ready?
Sure.
Here, baby, get real close by me. I said, come here, baby, get real close by me. I wanna tell you a little something. It's gonna set you free. We're just relaxing right easy and take your own advice. We're just relaxing right easy and take your own advice. to rock it in the morning. Roll it, baby, once or twice. Ain't no reason to get worried and have a heart attack. Well, ain't no reason to get worried and have a heart attack. You just put one foot forward and keep walking down the track. Let's put our best shoes on. Yeah, let's go out tonight. Let's put our best shoes on. Yeah, let's go out tonight. We'll have a good time, baby. It's gonna be alright. We'll have a night to remember, oh, that you never will forget. We'll have a night to remember, oh, that you never will forget. Dancing in the moonlight, and we ain't finished yet. We all went down to Memphis to sing some low-down blues. I said we all went down to Memphis to sing some low-down blues. I got the blues with the feeling, I want to sing it with you. Well, thanks so much for being out there, folks, whoever's out there. And thank you so much to my neighbors who in this apartment here. Hopefully they're not getting too much pounding on the floor downstairs or next door, whatever. We're pretty good neighbors. I don't think there's much of a problem. You see us out there in Radio Land?
Yes. Okay.
Let's look at this page here. So we're going to do a tune here. This is actually this is a Tom Waits song originally.
We have the Landis and Lisa.
So this is a tune. This is a Tom Waits song, and it's been recorded by a few people. It was kind of famously recorded by the Blind Boys in Alabama, and then that version was used on the television show The Wire. So the song's got a little bit of notice. Another one of these little cautionary tales. Walk to the garden, you got to watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon, you walk a straight and narrow track. But when you walk with Jesus, He's gonna save your soul. But you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. and the fury at his command. Well, now you don't have to worry. You just hold on to Jesus' hand. We'll all be saved from Satan when the thunder rolls. Yeah, but you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. All the angels sing about Jesus' mighty son. They're gonna shield you with the peace and keep you close to the Lord. Don't heed your temptation, for his hands are so cold. Yeah, but you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. Walk to the garden, you gotta watch your back. When I beg your pardon, you walk the straight and narrow track. But if you walk with Jesus, he's gonna save your soul. Yeah, but you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. Got the fire and the fury at his command. Well, now you don't have to worry. You hold on to Jesus' hand. We're only saved from Satan. You when the thunder rolls. Yeah, but you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. Jesus' mighty soul, they're gonna shield you with their wings and keep you close to the Lord. Don't heed your temptation, for his hands are so cold. Yeah, but you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. Sounds good.
Hope so.
I bet it
Sounds great right here.
It does sound good here in the kitchen. This is fun to play in here. It's an old building, so it's got a lot of nice wood, high ceilings. So again, we're here in support of the Landis Arboretum. I know they do have a tip jar. I believe we have a link. Did you get a link on the thing?
I did try to attach a link there.
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like on your end, so.
But it's obviously a great cause, you know, the Arboretum. You know, at this time of craziness and strife and difficulty, you know, whether it's, I don't know, medical or political or whatever it is out there, going to nature, being in nature always is going to make you feel better. So I highly would recommend a trip anywhere you can go and be amongst the trees. I know you're going to feel better. So if you get a chance to get out to the Arboretum, I think that there's opportunities there. And hopefully next year they can get back into their whole full run of programs like they have with the shows, the concerts, and the nature walks and everything else. Can I sing something? How about Woman Be Wise?
Okay. All right.
I'm in that range if you want to.
Sure.
Just straight off the page, right?
Yes.
I'll play it too.
Women be wise, keep your mouth shut, don't advertise your man. Don't sit around gossiping, explaining what your good man really can do. Some women nowadays, Lord, they ain't no good. They can laugh in your face, they try to steal your man from you. Women be wise, keep your mouth shut, don't advertise your man. Your best girlfriend, she might be a highbrow, changes clothes 3 times a day. What do you think she's doing now, child, while you're so far away? She's loving your man in your own damn bed. You better call for the doctor, mama, have him investigate your head. Women be wise, keep your mouth shut, don't advertise your man. Women be wise, keep your mouth shut, don't advertise your man. Don't sit around, girls, telling all your secrets, telling all those good things you really can do. If you talk about your baby, tell me he's so fine. Lord, honey, I just might sneak up and try to make it mine. So, women be wise, keep your mouth shut, don't advertise your man. Don't be no fool, don't advertise your man.
Nice.
It's always fun.
There's another of these old blues tunes. That one probably dates. Sippy Wallace was the original singer.
Yeah.
It was kind of famously resurrected by Bonnie Raitt. She did a cover version. A lot of people copied that, but I think the original Sippy Wallace was back in the 20s, mid-20s.
Yes, I think that's correct. Yeah.
All right, music in the kitchen. This is the new world that we're living in here. I mean, like I said, going outside in nature, I highly recommend it. We can still do that.
I actually watched part of the full moon walk last night that the Arboretum did.
Yeah,
Definitely follow their page there. Very interesting.
Getting out in nature is good. The rest of the time we're sort of stuck at home, so this is like our new reality here. Instead of having, we played quite a bit of music, playing professionally for many years, and normally we have a full schedule of shows and concerts and whatnot. And actually, this year was completely booked, and then everything just was canceled and everything was shut down. There was a few things that happened. That was nice to get out a little bit that we did, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But going into the fall and the winter here, I think we're going to be indoors a
Yeah,
lot.
seems like.
So maybe this kitchen concert is like the new thing. I'm getting used to it. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm happy to be here tonight for you guys. I'm with you guys.
It's nice to be here, that's for sure. So this actually, let me just intro this just quickly. This is a tune I actually wrote most of this right here in this kitchen, actually. Started it down the street, but I finished it here. The line about the street lights came from looking out this window here.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that, did you? A little tidbit. Anyways, it's a song that I wrote, actually, pre-pandemic. It was about a year ago, I guess. Just about a year ago right now.
Yes.
Anyways, it's a song it's about the rain, but it's sort of metaphorically about the rain, meaning like any, strife that you might have. The line that comes back, the chorus line is, the rain's going to stop, it's just not going to stop right now. But it always stops eventually, doesn't it? In the city, the streetlights are coming on. Shops are closing and the people are headed home. Taxi cab makes its last lazy swing. Stops at the corner and a woman alone gets in. She looks out at the night to a window that's filled with rain. She said something, I think it might have been a name. Well, the rain's gonna stop, but it's not gonna stop right now. Things are gonna change someday, but you don't see how. It doesn't really matter how things got this way. If you just hold on long enough, things are gonna change. There's a kitchen light in a house on Orchard Street. Been on all night, every night for at least a week. There's a shoebox on the table and a bottle of gin. And a man in a straight back chair plays a violin. He's looking at a black and white photograph. It's stayed back together after it was torn in half. Well, the rain's gonna stop, but it's not gonna stop right now. Things are gonna change someday, but you don't see how. Doesn't really matter how things got this way. If you just hold on long enough, things are gonna change. There's a birthday party at table number 3. And the waitresses sing together with the family. The band sits up in the corner by neon sign. And the bartender pours another glass of wine. There's rain in her hair as she steps to the stage to sing.
about the sea and the rain and the man with the violin. Well, the rain's gonna stop, but it's not gonna stop right now. Well, things are gonna change someday, but you don't see how. It doesn't really matter how things got this way. If you just hold on long enough, things are gonna change. Well, the rain's gonna stop, but it's not gonna stop right now. Things are gonna change someday, but you don't see how. It doesn't really matter how things got this way. If you just hold on long enough, things are gonna change. If you just hold on long enough, things are gonna change.
Thank you. I must say, you sound really good tonight. In this room, you seem to sound really quite good. Your voice really, I don't know what, hopefully it sounds good to you out there. It's always a little tricky getting this kind of live stream music feed together. I think we have a pretty decent setup right now, well, hopefully, anyways. But it sounds great in here. It's like we got a little bit of a PA, but it's not very loud.
Let's see what they said.
The resonance of the room is just enough to really make it sound good.
Internet issues. Is it blobbing? Check the recording. Beautiful voice. Very cool guitar. Hello. Are we on 5G?
Should be here. I mean, the internet issues, sometimes that's at the other end, too. You don't know.
Yeah, no telling.
Yeah. Who was it said that?
Julie Klein.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. I think it should be right. Let's try another two. Should be right. So this one is like a little a hymn, kind of a gospel tune. It's something I actually learned from a Staple Singers record. I don't know if you know the Staple Singers, great group. Bob Staples was the originator of the band, and then Mavis Staples is still singing. I believe her sister, at least one of the sisters, is still alive. I know they were very active with Martin Luther King back in the day, you know, singing at many of those rallies and mostly singing very old school gospel tunes. Even for that day, it was kind of old school. Anyways, this is one that somehow I listened to it over the years multiple times, and it just sort of stuck with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna do when the angel calls your name? And I said, what you gonna do when the angel calls your name? And I said, what you gonna do when the angel calls your name? Oh my Lord, what you gonna do? You better hush, you better hush. Somebody's calling my name. Well, you better hush, you better hush. Somebody's calling your name. Well, you better hush, you better hush. Somebody's calling your name. Oh my Lord, what you gonna do?
said, what you gonna do when the devil calls down your cards? And I said, what you gonna do when the devil calls down your cards? And I said, what you gonna do when the devil calls down your cards? Oh my Lord, oh my Lord, what you gonna do? You better run, you better find some hiding place. You better run, you better run, you better find some hiding place. You better run, you better run, you better find some hiding place. Oh my Lord, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when your back's against the wall? And I said, what you gonna do when your back's against the wall? And I said, what you gonna do when your back's against the wall? Oh my Lord, what you gonna do? Then what you gonna do when the angel calls your name? And I said, what you gonna do when the angel calls your name? And I said, what you gonna do when the angel calls your name? Oh my Lord, hear what you gonna do?
It's so good to see so many of you guys out there. Hi, Julie, Lisa, everybody else.
Well, hopefully it sounds okay out there, and not too many technical problems. It does happen.
It does.
Sounds great in here. A lot of times when I sing with Jill, I'm too loud. And the music is loud, and maybe sometimes if you're out in a club or something, that can be loud. But I can hear you great. I think the room is really working. It's kind of a bay window kind of effect here. I think that's really keeping the sound in. You sound good.
Thanks. You sound great, as always. We have a lot of fun doing this together. It's great.
Okay, so my background is mostly, blues and bluesish stuff. I play with a New Orleans jazz band. But Jill, if you know her, will tell you she's from Texas. Can you find it lonesome or something?
Sure.
And so she insisted that we had to add some country flavor, some Texas smoke into the mix.
I think the Texas smoke just comes naturally.
Come natural for you. Comes natural. It does come natural for you. I'm just saying in terms of the repertoire.
Yes.
And country music, I love country music, don't get me wrong. I find, and again, I don't want to offend anybody, you listen to whatever you listen to out there, radio land, that's fine. But I like the old school stuff, like the early stuff.
Well, I also like the old country. I don't really like country like people talk about today, I guess.
No, it's pop. Anyways, be that as it may, you like whatever you like out there in the internet world. We're happy to have you like whatever you like. Hope you like some of the things we're doing here. But this is a tune by Hank Williams, and as far as I'm concerned, you want to talk about American music, you want to talk about country music, you can't get better than Hank Williams. And to me, that's kind of what it comes down to. People ask me what I play sometimes, and I play a lot of blues. Like I said, I play some sort of ragtime and New Orleans jazz with another trio. Jill and I do some country things, but I consider what I do is American music. And American music is music, just like the people, just like the culture, that came from all parts of the globe, but was amalgamated here. What we play here, the blues that you play here, was certainly influenced by black people that moved to this country, came to this country from Africa, but it's not what they played in Africa. the country music was definitely informed by English, songs and Irish fiddle tunes, but it's not what they play over there either. It became its own thing when it came here, and then it all kind of mixed up. And I think Hank Williams is a really good example of that, in that he definitely has a lot of blues in him.
Oh, definitely.
But he's absolutely a country boy, Good songwriter, great songwriter. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly. That midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'll never see a night so long that time goes crawling by. The moon just went behind the clouds to hide its face and cry. Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves began to die? That means he lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Let's end on the first. Let's end on the first. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. In this I wonder where you are. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly. That midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. That midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Good job.
Gosh.
I have a terrible habit of changing the arranger right in the middle of the song. So right in the middle, I'm leaning over to Jill and telling her to change the order of the song. I was
It's
enjoying
not
the,
my favorite thing.
I was enjoying the song. I just didn't want it to end after that last verse. I wanted to keep it going.
I'm just not going to talk about it right now.
I just wanted to keep it going. I was enjoying it.
I like it to end on that paragraph.
Okay. We'll work it out so it does that.
Yes.
Sometimes you right in the middle of the song that you want to keep happening. Anyways, let's try something else. How about Trouble in Mind?
Yes. I love it. I think you guys are going to love it too.
Again, it's kind of based on an old 8-bar blues form. And it's been done by a lot of different people. Janis Joplin actually did a recording of this one, and it's been done by blues rock and whoever else. Probably some country people, I would guess. Oh yeah, it did. Wasn't that the version you were talking about? It was kind of like a
definitely.
Bob Wills kind of a
Bob
version.
Wills,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, some of these tunes, again, with the American music, it goes back and forth. Different people do it, right?
Yes.
What were you saying? It was.
I lost it.
Yeah, but Bob Wills had a version. He kind of smoothed it out in his own way. Everyone does it. That's the thing about these songs. If it's a good song, you should be able to do it. And you should be able to do it the way you do it. And maybe you do it a little slow, a little fast, a little rough, a little smoother. Whatever suits you, right? What suits you?
About to find out.
Yes, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. I know the sun's gonna shine down on my back door someday. I'm going down to the river, I'm gonna take my rocking chair. And if the blues don't leave me, I'll ride away from there. Something mine, it's true, but I always lost my mind. Sometimes I feel like living, sometimes I feel like dying. I'm gonna lay my head on the lonesome railroad line, and if they do my tears come, ease my troubled mind. Yes, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. I know the sun's gonna shine down on my back door someday. I like that tune.
Me too.
You need more songs like that to sing. You need more of those blues rockers. Kind of suits you. So we did this thing down in Memphis last winter, and it was great. It was an international competition. You know, we had to compete to get into it. We were sent there by the Capital District. What was the official name?
The Capital Region Blues Network.
There we go. Capital CRBN, right? Capital Region Blues Network, which has been around for a long time. It's been through a lot of different changes over the years, but it's very strong, very active.
Fantastic.
Supports the music, supports the musicians. It's a lot of fun for the people that are involved. Anyways, we went down representing them, and it was very interesting. You saw a lot of different versions of the blues. You know, the blues can be slow, it can be fast, it can be funky, it can be down and dirty, it can be sort of uptown.
Country. It can be country.
Okay, country music is okay. We're country. Actually, it can be a lot of different things, and you definitely heard all of them.
Yes.
Right? you want to do another original tune that you wrote?
Oh, sure.
So this is actually a tune that was actually written in this kitchen. This is
Yes,
historic.
it was.
This is getting to be a historic kitchen. So for those of you that may not have heard this story, Jill and I, when we first got together, I kept trying to get her to write things. She has ideas. She has little notions. Everyone does, right? You have to put them down and put them into a song. That's what I do, anyways. But I kept trying to get her to write something. She was like, "No, I don't write. I don't write." And then when we'd be out, in music, you're often in bars or this type of thing, And she always had a glass of wine in her hand. It seems like. And then, if I tease her about it, she'd be like, I don't really drink. I don't drink at all. So anyways, one night after the gig, we're sitting right here in this kitchen, at this kitchen table. And Jill was like, well, I was sort of pushing, hey, we need to come up with original material just for us, for our little thing. And she's like, well, I don't write. And so I was like, okay, write that down. And then it's something about the wine, and she said, I don't drink. And I said, okay, write that down. So we had those first two lines. I don't write. I don't drink.
And then I said, I don't care what you think. And then it just went on from there.
Okay. I'm not sure that's all right. Actually, when the song first started, it was supposed to be a he said, she said song.
Yes.
Remember that? We had that part.
Yeah. But we didn't get that.
Yeah, we'll do that on a different song. Anyways, this is another tune that we wrote. It's on the CD. If you do like this music, if you wanted to grab a CD, we're called Mark and Jill. You can find us at Mark and Jill Sing the Blues on Facebook.
Yes.
And you can also get a copy of this CD if you go to Root Blues, ROOT Blues.com. And it has quite a few of the songs that we'll be doing here tonight, including this one.
I don't ride, I don't drink, I don't care what you think. I don't know what you know. I don't care where you go. So pour the glass and stay. If you want, you can drink it with me. If you don't, you can go on home. Or you can stay here and make me moan. I don't mind the things you say. Well, I don't need much anyway, but I like to see you at my door. Come back, baby, let's have some more. So pour another glass of whiskey. If you want, you can drink it with me. If you don't, you can go home. Or you can stay here and make me moan. Listen, mister, who you talking to? Let's get a room with an ocean view. Blow me
Did somebody mention the guitar you said when you were reading?
Yeah.
So this guitar, so I'll just give you a second about the guitar. It is a bit of an unusual guitar. It's made by National, and it's got some unique features to it. The original design came out in the 1920s, and basically what it was is it took the idea of like a megaphone, or like on the old early phonograph record players, they had that giant horn that kind of made the sound. Well, inside the guitar, in here, in this round part, I think you can see, there's actually set the same thing. It's like a little metal cone. And so if I turn off the PA totally, it still has that kind of interesting sound, that sound that's created by this little megaphone, kind of a cone inside. They originally introduced back in the 20s as just a way of being louder. Before the electronic music, electric instruments kind of came around, guitar was kind of hard to hear. You couldn't hear it that good, especially against like a horn or a piano or something. So the technology was kind of based on that. And then myself and many other people just liked the sound of it, so they, kind of still make these instruments and collect the old ones. I've had quite a few of them over the years. This one's a bit of an unusual version in that it's kind of a hybrid, where it has the cone here, but it also has a pickup, so it's not really an electric guitar, but it can work that way. Very versatile. It's something, when I play with Jill, I play this most of the time, because as a duo, it kind of fills a lot of the space. But I don't know, I was guitar shopping today down at Parkway Music, and I saw some things. I might have to go back, see if I can't work on it too. Anyways, what else we got? We haven't done for a little while, is Amazing Grace.
Okay.
So, again, this whole concept of American music and different styles and so on. I started off playing when I was a kid, sitting around with my grandmother playing piano, my dad playing trumpet, and myself singing or playing guitar or banjo also. And doing the hymns, a lot of these old hymns and gospel tunes, and whatever else you might attach to them, or if you're religious feeling or not. These songs go way back. Many of these go back to the mid 1800s, and they very much lay out the foundation of a lot of American music. A lot of just the chords and the modes and the movements are things that even people that don't really realize it to this day are still kind of copying these. And I just like some of these original tunes. I just think they have a lot of heart, they have a lot of meaning, especially now in these sort of difficult times. Just want to check one thing. I'm just checking our sound. Okay. Just make sure I put it in the right key. With you, I do it in the key of B, which is a bit unusual. haven't seen that one for a little while.
It's been a while. Yes.
I like that one. I like those tunes. There's just something about the movement, the chord, not just the chord, but the movement in the whole thing. It really just, it sets the stage for a lot of great things that came after that. Because some of these tunes, they go way back, mid-1800s, these things are.
Yeah. Yes. This one's a hymn from, I don't know, long time. Forever.
I think it goes, I should look it up. I'll look it up.
Forever.
No, it's not forever, but I will look it up. I'm going to say 1850s.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But, you know, a lot of them do go back that far. So this is another sort of a kind of a hymn, you know. In the blues world, in the early recordings, there was a lot of the blues guys. It's sort of an interesting thing where there was some of them had a real conflict between the blues and the church. Like they were either this side or that side of the tracks. But there was also quite a few of them that were sort of blues singers Saturday night and gospel singers on Sunday morning. And then some of those guys kind of rolled that into just doing blues kind of style and form in those early guitar players like Blind Willie Johnson's one guy that definitely comes to mind. Doing that style of music, you know, like as if it was a blues, but it's actually a religious song. And they sometimes refer to them as the holy blues, the gospel blues. So this comes from from that style. I think the original recording is by a guy named Blind Willie Johnson way back in, I would say, early 30s. But also, many people, Mississippi Fred McDowell picked it up, you know, later on, and many people have done it, including us.
Yes.
Sit down. You are. I don't. See what the Lord has done. Heaven's journey. Heaven's journey. I said heaven's journey. See what the Lord has done. See what the Lord has done. See what the Lord has done. See what
The Lord has done.
Good job.
Good job to you too.
We didn't get confused.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a simple song, but sometimes those simple ones, it can kind of get a little lost. I think the last time we did that,
Yes.
I think I got lost actually.
Who knows? Hard to tell.
I'm gonna swap guitars here for a second.
Okay. What are you gonna
Whatever.
do? Okay.
Maybe some of those kind of guitar tunes.
Okay.
All right, so this next tune, we were commissioned
Yes.
to learn this song, kind of. I mean, it's a tune that had been around. I'm sure I had heard it. Jill was definitely familiar with it more than I was.
Yes.
I probably heard it. I'm sure I heard it somewhere online. But my brother, who still says he's getting married, was supposed to get married last, when was it? I think it originally was in May, right?
I think so, yeah.
So May, everything got canceled in May. And then he was going to get married in August, and everything was still canceled in August. Now it's put off until January, so we'll see. He says he's getting married. And anyways, so they asked us to learn this song, to sing sort of, I don't know if it's really the first dance or however you want to think about it. They wanted it to be kind of like the theme song, I don't know. They wanted us to learn it. And so this song was written by John Prine, the great John Prine, the late great John Prine. And John Prine, he wrote a lot of really beautiful songs and sort of deeply heartfelt, deeply heartfelt ballads. This is not one of those. This is kind of a whole different sort of a song. It's not very heartfelt. It is in a way. It's a little sarcastic though. It's you know, it's a relationship song. If you're actually in a real relationship, there's at least one or two of these lines I'm sure you can all relate to. All running, she thinks crossing the legs is funny. She looks down and knows that money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
Well, we ain't been late in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was slipping my hand. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks and feel like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his son. Never gonna let him go.
Spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna fight our noses right off our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts in our eyes. all of my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on the scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes her licking, keeps on ticking, never gonna let it go.
Well, he's got more balls than a big brass monkey, whacked out weirdo and a love bug. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes, he's a howling at the moon. He's my baby and I don't need maybe. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, hunting with the big door crowd. We're gonna spite our noses right off our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, hunting with the big door crowd. We're gonna spite our noses right off our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts in our eyes.
In spite of ourselves.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a little inappropriate.
It is not.
Slightly.
It is not.
But it's funny. Want to do Wild Women?
Okay. Sure.
So this is actually the tune that Jill and I had met on, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, what happened?
What do you mean?
What happened? The story of the tune.
No, I didn't. I thought you were already going to play it.
Well, what happened was, I happened to walk into a bar room. So like I said, I play a lot of the older blues stuff. And you don't hear a lot of that, you know, you hear more rock and blues kind of stuff these days. Anyways, I walked in to Rick Bolton's open mic at Gaffney's back in the day when they had such a thing, back when there was open public demonstrations of socialization. Anyways, and then here's this gal up on the mic singing this blues. It's an old blues from the 1920s by a singer named Ida Cox. And I was quite impressed. You don't hear that kind of stuff. And I said, well, who is this girl? I better check out this. Who is this woman singing this song? Anyway, so then Jill and I got together and started playing a few tunes. And the rest, as they say, is history. This tune is called Wild Women Don't Get the Blues.
Well, I hear these women raving about their monkey men, about the trifling husbands and they have no good friends. These something I won't tell you no lies. Why women are the only ones that ever get by. That's why women don't worry. Why women don't get the blues.
Take it around the clock twice.
Yeah, I got a disposition, got a way of my own. If you don't like it, daddy, you can't find another home. I guess full of good liquor, walk the streets all night. Go home and throw that man out if he don't act right. 'Cause wild women don't worry, wild women don't get the blues. Yeah, you never get nothing by being a sweet angel child. They change your ways and get you out to live on. I'm gonna tell you something, I won't tell you no lies. Why women are the only ones that ever get by. 'Cause wild women don't worry, wild women don't get the blues. Yeah, I said wild women don't worry. Wild women never get the blues.
Nice one. Very good.
All right.
All right, I think we should take a little break from this, okay?
Yes.
So here we are in the middle of this show, and we will be coming back. We're just going to take a little break here, and hopefully when we come back, there will still be some people
Yes. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Give us just a few minutes.
I think it's great that the Landis Arboretum is doing this. I think it's great
Yes.
that they're still trying to stay viable and have something going on. And I want to encourage everybody to support the Arboretum as best they can. And we're going to take a little short break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. This is my break sign. Oh, is it backwards? It's backwards.
I'm just gonna say. Are you leaving it on? Whoops.
Well, the sign is backwards. You gotta flip it around. back to the picture. Okay, folks, we're coming back in. Hopefully there's a few people still out there. Are there?
Seems like it.
Great. Okay.
Yes, I was gonna put it there.
Oh, no, I was just gonna read it. Okay, folks, so we're back here again. I wanted to say thank you to the Landis Arboretum for putting this together and getting us in the playbill. And everyone should know that you can go and click to their page. What do we have set up to their Facebook page or their web page?
Yes.
Yeah. And there is a tip jar if you want to support them. I definitely think that's a worthy cause. Like I said earlier, this time of craziness, trees are quite valuable. Natural life is valuable. So how about this? Is that clock wrong?
No.
What time is it? I'm just gonna read this. So, okay, so anyways, I didn't want to, I'm sorry, we're gonna get our act back together here. So I just need to tell you this information here because it's an important thing from the Landis Arboretum. This project was made possible with funds from the decentralized program, a REIT grant program of the New York State Council of the Arts with the support of Governor Andrew M. Cuomo, and the New York State Legislature, and administrated by Schoharie County and Greene County Council on the Arts. That DBA is CREATE, so they did a good job there. Oh, so we only did a short time.
40 minutes.
7:30 to 9.
7 to 9:30.
Okay. All right.
As far as I know.
Okay.
I'm so glad you guys are here with us in this kitchen here. We can bring some music into your living rooms.
Yeah, we do miss the gigs these days. We miss being out, and seeing people, but it's still nice. I mean, this is a different thing, we did, on the break there, we did get a chance to look at some of the messages that people sent to us, and so that's cool. It's cool that people out there, we really appreciate your support. And again, support the Arboretum. I think that's certainly a worthy thing. Yeah, thanks. So this is a tune that was, it's an old blues tune by a great player named Elmore James. But it's a tune where, we sort of changed the words and we changed it to a different key and we changed the structure. And then, again, the folk process, it started off as one thing and we've kind of made it into our own thing. It's also one that we have recorded on our CD, which Jill's going to, I thought you were going to hold up the CD. It's okay. Yeah, it's recorded on our CD that we recorded live at Cafe Lena. And if you wanted a CD, we have those available at the website, which is rootblues.com. There's the visual.
CD. I don't know if you can see it.
I held my baby last night till everything was alright. I held my baby last night till everything was alright. And I woke up early in the morning, the sun was shining bright. Yeah, now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and everything starts going on wrong. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and everything starts going on wrong. And I said, baby, 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 don't tell me from our happy home. Well, I said, baby, 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 I'll make everything alright. Well, I said, baby, 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 I'll make everything alright. If I can't find you in the morning, I'll come find you up in the night. I held my baby last night till everything was alright. I held my baby last night till everything was alright. And I woke up early in the morning, the sun
see your comment there. We really appreciate that.
I psychically understand what you just said. When you play together for a while, you just say a couple of words and communication's I know what you meant. We'll get to it. We still have plenty of tunes. I want to do another tune that we did on a CD. This one's called "I Got Mine," and it's kind of more of a ragtimey kind of tune. On the CD, we did have our buddy Frank Orsini playing with us. Frank's a great fiddle player, mandolin player. He also sings with us. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. I should also mention maybe that we'll be at the Frederick Allen Lodge on Beekman Street in Saratoga.
Yeah.
For the annual jazz barbecue on the, I believe it's Sunday. It is definitely Sunday the 12th. I think it's the right date.
Okay. I thought the 11th?
11th?
Might be the 12th.
It's the Sunday of that weekend, whatever that is. That's an event I've played that many times, and of course now with this crazy pandemic times, it's a little crazier, a little harder to organize. But they have this, it's kind of a fundraiser for the Frederick Allen Lodge there on Beekman Street, and they do a barbecue and jazz. We're going to do some jazz, some blues down there. We have some horn players sitting with us on that gig. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be exciting. Good time.
When I went down to the big crab game, it certainly was against my will. Lost every doggone nickel I had, except the greenback dollar bill. The $30 bill was laying on the table. My body's pointing with knives. And the police came and I grabbed all of them. I got mine. Yes, I got mine. I got mine. Grab that money, head out of the back door. I went flying. Ever since that big crap came, I'm living on chicken and wine. When I'm leading on the high society boys, I got mine. Let me tell you about a barber shop, shop about Walker Street. That's the only place in town that always embers kids to me. Some come down for a haircut, some come down for a strap. You see me and my buddies up there, we meet to shoot some crap. Well, I got mine. I got mine. Grab that money and out of the back door I went flying. Ever since that big man came, I've been living off chicken and wine. When I'm leaving on my sweet side voices, I got mine. I went down to my best girl's house and I was maybe about 9. Wasn't dressed up like him before, but I was feeling pretty fine. Caught sitting in and out of fella clap. I didn't really like that sign. I told that rascal I thought about him and I got mine. I got mine. I got mine. Grabbed that rascal by his shirt tail out the back door. We went flying. Ever since that big crap came, living off chicken and wine. I'm living off wine since I was born, since I got mine.
Our gospel we haven't done yet.
Yes, right. Those are all the other two. Let me just switch over in a second here.
Well, a few people have tuned in here. So glad you guys are out here. We're so glad to be here.
Let's do Singless Blues.
All right.
I believe this song is over 100 years old. It's called the St. Louis Blues. It's been around, been recorded many, many, many times. It also has kind of a unique designation in that, you know, before recorded music's really only been with us for a little over 100 years. You know, they were doing some recording in the teens. It really hit popularity with records in the 20s, you know, when they became much more common and more people had them. Before that time, music was sold as sheet music or as piano rolls. And so this song actually has the distinction of being the number one selling piano roll and sheet music back in 1917. And I think that's a record that's going to stand. I'm not sure anyone's going to break that record. I mean, they don't really sell piano rolls much anymore, a few.
Well, you never know. I didn't really think that the drive-in theaters were going to be a thing again, but
Jill's best pandemic comment. And she's had some really great pandemic comments. She's a nurse, and she's had it pretty interesting. And she had a very clear picture of this thing quite a while back. But actually, one of the things that really struck me was how, you know, at this time, things are just not like they used to be in a lot of different ways, and a lot of places shut down. But these movie theaters, drive-in movie theaters, are now doing shows. And Jill's comment was like, yeah, can you imagine the people that were hanging on to that thing? Everyone in the family was making fun of them in the 80s and the 90s. There was not a lot of action, but...
And they're like, yeah, look at us now.
They're coming back.
It's the place to be now.
Well, I had to see that evening sun go down. I had to see that evening sun go down. Because it makes me feel like I'm on my last go round. You feel it tomorrow, just like I feel today. I feel it tomorrow, just like I feel today. I think it's just about the time I make my getaway. Single woman with a diamond ring. The St. Louis woman, she got everything. St. Louis woman with a red silk star. The St. Louis woman, she gonna break your heart. Louis woman with a red silk scarf. St. Louis woman, she gonna break your heart.
I've got them St. Louis blues. I'm blue as I could ever be. I've got them St. Louis blues. I'm blue as I could ever be. Such a sin to let that man make such a fool of me.
I hate to see that evening sun go down. I like that song. It's like 3 songs in one.
It's my favorite.
3 totally different sections in that song. Again, it's over 100 years old and it's still good today. So this is a tune that I wrote. We've already done a few. Jill and I do some of these gospel tunes. And they have different things to them. Some of them are more slow and, you know, like hymns. And then some of the gospel tunes are a little bit more upbeat. They have some energy to them. And we really like that. And people like it. And, you know, back in the days when you could play outside and people could dance, we would get that a lot, right? Anyways, this is a song that I wrote that's, you know, it's not really a gospel song per se, but it tried to capture some of that sort of that flavor. Everybody better fall in line. Well, we don't have too much time. Gotta get it right or you might not get it at all. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate I might just be a little bit late. Gotta get it right or you might not get it at all. If your brother needs a helping hand, better reach right down, do the best you can. If your sister's having trouble, you better get there on the double. Pick her up, don't you ever let her down. You don't know by now, you might not know it all. Gotta get it right or you might not get it at all. You don't know, nobody knows, you'll wanna read just what you sow. Gotta get it right or you might not get it at all. Treat your neighbor as you want your neighbor to treat you. Walk a mile before you're out the shoe. No, it's really not that hard to do. Please can't go wrong, live out the golden rule. Everybody better fall in line. Well, we don't have too much time. Gotta get it right or we might not get it at all. Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate I might just be a little bit late. brother needs a helping hand. You better reach right down, do the best you can. If your sister's having trouble, you better get there on the double. Pick her up, don't you let her down. You don't know by now, well, you might not know it at all. Gotta get it right, or we might not get it at all. You don't know, nobody knows. You don't want to reap just what you sow. Gotta get it right, or you might not get it at all. Treat your neighbor as you want your neighbor to treat you. Walk a mile with your foot in the other shoe. You know it's really not that hard to do. You can't go wrong if you live by the golden rule. Don't know by now, well you might not know it all. Gotta get it right, or you might not get it at all. You don't know, nobody knows. You don't want to reach just what you sow. Gotta get it right, or you might not get it at all. Thank you so much. You have to imagine the applause these days.
I think we should just get like an applause maker. So
We should,
afterwards
a
we should
button.
just like hit the button like with the
Yeah,
guitar
yes.
pedal or something.
Definitely, you can definitely do it. Yeah, you can definitely do it.
It'd probably be exciting for everybody else too.
Okay, well, next time. I mean, I'm pretty sure through the winter we're going to be doing quite a few of these kitchen sessions here.
You can do that and the crickets.
The crickets joke is that, you know, we did a couple of these things at Cafe Lena, and it occurred to me in the show that it's kind of like, it's sort of like a classic musician's nightmare. And in that case, I mean, here we are in our kitchen, it's a little more relaxed, but here, in this case, we were at Cafe Lena, so we're on the stage, you know, well-known stage. We, you know, you step up to the microphone, the spotlight's on you, you sing your heart out, and then you look up and it's an empty room. There's nobody there. It truly is a strange experience. So in that case, crickets would probably be good. Let's try this. This is a song I wrote a few years ago. You know, the thing about songs is they're just sort of like a little sketch of just like a moment. It's just like what you were thinking at that time. They're not necessarily defining. I mean, some songs are somewhat defining, I guess, as far as, you know, your feeling. But this is just like a little moment. And it kind of had to do with, not really this time of year, a little bit later, closer into like late November when it's starting to get really dark. And just a little feeling. And I dream for tomorrow. And I whisper to my shadow, but I can't dream anymore. And I'm deep in the water, and I search for the shore. And I can't see the light out through the dark anymore. sun is slanting low. Yeah, cold outside. Christmas is coming. But the ghost is already here. In his eyes, in the water. Yeah, freeze to the bone. And I can't see the lighthouse, but I'm still trying to get home. Yeah, well, the shadows are turning from gray into black, and the days are so short now, and all the night is so long. So I swim to the water. And I pull against the tide, and I can't see the lighthouse, but I can hear the gulls cry. Well, I can hear the gulls cry. Well, I can hear the gulls cry. I keep trying to get Jill to sing this one because I love the way she does, especially that part where you sing high up there.
Should I try Lance right
Sure. This is a tune that, so when we were in Memphis, we wrote this song. We've played this in front of people, never.
Never.
But it's all right. If you have a feeling for it, I'm all for it. And
Yes.
yeah, it was kind of like we do a lot of these blues tunes, right? And so when Jill was kind of pulling for a little country, I was like, I'll do what I can. And so I started playing this little riff, and then between us, we kind of hammered out these words. We wrote this in Memphis.
Yeah, we wrote it in Memphis, and a lot of it is
What's that? What?
is stuff from Texas, from my background. I come from Texas, so
Right.
brought some of that into it.
There we go.
Living in New York City, but I got them so
That song is a lot of fun too. Well, getting down to the end here. You should think about what you want to do for the last song. I don't know. But I want to just say one more time, and thank you everyone that's tuned into this show.
Yes.
And thank you to the Landis Arboretum. I look forward to walking out there and seeing those trees. I love arboretums. I love trees. Trees are really what keep us going here, especially in this kind of time, you know. Especially in a time when it's so crazy, you know. You can't socially interact with people, but you can be out in nature, and so that's a real great resource to have there. So do go to their page, do see if you can't drop them a little bit of a tip or something, and support that.
I believe that I put a tip link on the page for the Arboretum, and also on the link on our website and whatnot. You can click on that, and there's a link in there as well.
Great, and we're called Mark and Jill. On the Facebook, we're at Mark and Jill Sing the Blues. And we play, I mean, in these days it's a little harder for us to get out and play. We played quite a bit through the summer, but look us up online. And if you want to buy a CD, you can find one at rootblues.com, or just, come out to a show, listen to it. I think we'll be doing a lot of these kitchen sessions through the winter. That's what I think.
We'll see how the winter goes.
Okay, well, we got one more song, Jill. What do you think?
I don't know. We have quite a few that we could.
What do you want to end with? What have we done that's on that list?
A bunch of them. Nobody knows you. Hard times, down the hole. Future blues.
Nobody knows when you're down and out.
Still making songs. Your mind is on vacation. Gotta move. We haven't done it in a long time.
Oh, do you gotta move?
Sure.
Let's go with Tim.
All right, let's do it. We haven't done it in a while. It's easy. This one's easy for me.
You're just gonna sing the chorus?
Yeah.
So this is what I with this tune here. It's actually a cousin of the first song we did. Thematically, it's very similar. I mean, that's, in the blues and a lot of these other styles, there's sort of like, iconic shapes, like forms, that many songs fall under. So this one's kind of like the first song we did. Came full circle on this tune. And it's an old gospel, it's again one of these sort of gospel blues tunes. But it also was famously picked up and recorded by the Rolling Stones. That's where a lot of people heard it from. That is not where I heard it from. I heard it from Mississippi Fred McDowell, who did it like this. You may be high, you may be low, you might be rich, you might be poor, but when the Lord gets ready, you've got to move. You've got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. Oh, when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You might be hurt, and you cannot walk. You feel so low down that you cannot tell. Oh, when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. But when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You may be black, or you may be white. You might be wrong, just a little bit right. But when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. Oh, when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move. But when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being part of the show. Thank you to the Landis Arboretum.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you all soon.
Good night.